Randall Hughes with God Glorified, commenting on our reading for June the 16th and some of my favorite passages in Ecclesiastes are in these last four chapters, chapters 9 through 12. I believe that it's almost like life. Pardon me, we become more wise as we get older. We have a better understanding. He was cynical through the earlier part of the book, but as we get to the end, he begins more acknowledging God as creator, acknowledging God as the one that will reward, that God is the one that's in control of it all. There's some level of that acknowledgement to me. And my favorite verse probably is, or at least it was my favorite to quote when I was a kid. And if I lost playing chess, if I lost playing whatever game I might have played with my friends, I would quote verse 11 of chapter 9, where it says, "The race is not to the swift, and the battle's not to the strong, neither bread to men of the wise, or riches to men of understanding, nor yet favor to men of skill, but time and chance happeneth to them all." And so that was what happened. If I lost, it was a time and chance thing, not because I wasn't the better player, the wiser or the more skilled. Of course, I'm being very, very facetious in the latter part of that, but I would quote this verse as my excuse of why I lost. And whatsoever thy hand findeth doeth, do it with all thy might. Great words of advice, no matter where you're at in life, to do your best with whatever you're given. Chapter 11, cast your bread upon the water. After many days it shall come back to thee. You want to be blessing others as much as you can. When you can, it's far better to be the one blessing others. That's why Jesus said it's more blessed to give than to receive. It's better to have to give than to be in need of receiving. And so, cast your bread. God will find a way to reward you. Your youth, it doesn't last long enough. I have been young and now I am older. And at any rate, it's amazing the way how fast life goes by. And so remember your Creator. You don't want to put Him out of your mind. You don't want to lose place of your focus on God. You got to have Him. You got to be acknowledging Him. You want Him in His blessings every day. I need Him. That's what I absolutely know. Because someday the dust is going to return to the earth as it was, and the spirit shall return unto the God who gave it. And as a tree falls, so shall it lie, whether it falls to the north or to the south. And you can only change on this side of the living, this side of the grave, whether you will die as a righteous or die as the wicked. And it's not that, and yes, there's a level of my actions and my deeds, my works, I'll be judged by, but there is a level of saying, I'm pleading your blood, Jesus. I've been baptized in your name, Jesus, and I've been filled with your spirit, and I'm just trusting in your justification, your sanctification. You're working in me to be my mediator, and it's your grace I'm trusting in you. Some try to say that to trust in repentance, baptism, and receiving the Spirit and striving to live a holy life is works. I would propose to you that that is not the case. And I have some videos on that I would encourage you to check out. That it's a misapplication. And there's more than 30 years of that being the activities that each disciple, apostle that we read about, the preachers in the book of Acts, were preaching and doing and practicing until Paul writes the letter to the church at Ephesus, the same church that he rebaptized the 12 disciples of John in Acts 19, writing to those same 10 guys about 9 years later. Anyway, you'll want to check out the video. And that's when the first instance of saved by grace through faith, and that not of yourself is a gift of God, comes along. So anyway, it's important how you live your life, because you'll bring it into judgment. And that's the conclusion of the whole matter of Proverbs, that all these things God will bring, all of your works, whatever, whether done in secret or not, he's going to bring it. He knows it. And so we're trusting in his grace and mercy. And so pretty much from then on, that's the death of Solomon around 945. So that's those last few concluding chapters were around the 2 years before he died. And Rehoboam became the king in his stead. And that concludes our comments for today. God bless you.